So it is no secret that SMMA is definitely getting more and more saturated. It's definitely getting harder to close clients. Well, technically, I wouldn't say the business model itself is getting saturated. Your approach is getting saturated. So what I'm going to do in today's video is break down exactly how you can go about still getting clients in 2023, going on into 2024, even if you're operating within a saturated market. So without any further ado, guys, this video is going to be like literally jam-packed with just value. I'm going to be jumping into the whiteboard and showing you exactly what's going on, how you can stand out, how you can still close clients even when you're operating within a very saturated niche and your offer is kind of like very similar to everybody else's. First of all, highlight some wins just real quick, because I'm going to be showing you ways to stand out from the crowd. Here's the first thing I need to actually start breaking down. Number one is that most people are not standing out from the crowd. You're not doing anything different. Standing out, right? So here's what I mean by this. Most people are try and get clients. Most people are still doing cold outreach, and that is in the case of emails. You're still doing cold emails. You're still doing cold calls. Forgive my handwriting on this, by the way, guys. I'm just gonna do this very quickly. Still doing cold calls, and you're still doing like Loom videos and stuff like that. AKA, you've got all these strong offers, and you've read the book $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. You've got all these guarantees. You got double back guarantees. You got like money back refunds and all that crazy stuff, and everything seems to be like you've got a very strong offer and whatnot. It's just that your approach is literally like everybody else's. Your approach is the exact same. You're doing cold emails, you're doing cold calls, you're doing cold looms, you're doing door to door, which is absolutely just insane these days to even hear that, to be honest with you. So your approach is the exact same. So a lot of people message me on Instagram, right? And if you haven't, followed me on Instagram, definitely drop me a follow. I'll leave my, handle in the description section. But a lot of people, right? They will be messaging me on Instagram and they'll ask me like, Montel, now how can I go about standing out from the rest of the crowd in a saturated market? And I asked them, okay, so what is it that you're doing? They say that they're offering a guarantee. Their offer is basically they've got a very strong guarantee, the big G in their business, but they're doing the exact same things as cold emails and cold calls. They're trying to, do cold calls, cold emails and that sort of stuff to get clients. And I'm sat there like, so wait a minute, you want to stand out from the crowd, yet you're doing the exact same thing everybody else is doing. So technically you don't want to stand out. Because like in order to be different, you have to do something different, right? So let me actually explain where agency transmutation came from. And these are just some wins from literally a week, like this week. Literally this week. In fact, this was yesterday. As you can see, here's Marty right here. He closed a 1,500, it was actually 1.1K client per month for video editing. And this is literally, and if you're still wondering if like the old hybrid system works, which is I won't even call it hold, it's literally still killing it right now. The hybrid system, again, is using something like Upwork, leveraging Upwork, and then putting it into cold outreach. I personally wouldn't do that in that particular, the second half of the hybrid system. I wouldn't do that. What I would do in 2023, right, is I would still leverage Upwork, because Upwork is a really good way to do warm outreach. See, in 2023, if you really want to stand out, there's only really two ways you can do. Number one is offer a bigger guarantee. Offer a bigger G. And here's the thing with this. This, unfortunately, is what everybody's focused on right now. So everybody offers bigger and bigger and better guarantees, better kind of like risk reversal in their offers, such as if you don't pay us until we actually get results. So everybody's offering some sort of offer like this, or they'll try to switch niche and try and find like a very unheard of niche, which literally just does not exist. Or they'll try to just do more and more and more of the same thing that just doesn't work, which is called outreach. And what they're not really trying to do is, all this leads to is you still chasing clients. And I've repeated this in my videos so many freaking times, guys. Stop chasing clients and start attracting clients. You need to start attracting. So what I've noticed is that if you even take a look at just like how you yourself have been able to even come across me on YouTube, or how you come across like Iman Gaji on YouTube, or just anybody on YouTube. And now I'm not saying that you need to be a YouTuber or anything like that, but notice how we've all got brands that we can sell to. Alex Hormozi's got a brand, Iman Gaji's got a brand, Montel Gordon's got a brand. You don't have a brand. Your name literally holds zero weight. Which is why when you do cold outreach, any form of cold outreach, whether that's cold emails, cold calls, anything like that, you're not able to stand out. So a couple ways you can stand out is if you offer some sort of bigger guarantee. If someone's offering, I don't know, like let's say it's you don't pay until we get your results, and on top of that, we pay you $500 for wasting your time if our services don't work. Well, if somebody's offering that, well, then to compete with somebody and to stand out more than that, what else can you do? What else can you literally do? If you're both doing cold calls and cold emails, offering the same thing, which is Facebook ads for divorce attorneys, and one person offers, you don't pay until you pay per lead, or you don't pay until we get results. On top of the refund, we give $500 back. Like, how can you compete with that? Other than trying to outdo get one up on that person by offering another guarantee that's even stronger than that. So what I've noticed is that if you don't change your approach, you're just going to end up offering a bigger and bigger guarantee, which in turn is a race to the bottom. You're racing to the bottom on this one because somebody eventually is going to come around and be like, you don't pay us after until 6 months of services. We work for you for free for 6 months, and then we charge you. It's eventually going to end up like that, guys. I'm not joking. If you don't figure out how to stand out. The second option is you can pick a different niche. But honestly, we all know that like all niches are saturated. All niches are saturated. There's not going to be a niche that you can actually find. Obviously, there's going to be niches out there that are less saturated than other niches, but you're not really going to find a blue ocean niche. If you're offering something to do with anything to do with social media or Facebook or advertising, in pretty much every niche, everybody tries to do this. This is like the number one thing people do. They don't know what niche to jump into, or they're trying to find this niche that doesn't have any competition, which doesn't exist, by the way. Just doesn't exist. So trying to find a different niche that doesn't have like saturation in it is not going to work either. So the next thing you can do is try a different approach. Now this is what I want you to actually start focusing on here. Approach. Your approach needs to be different. You're approaching at a different angle. Now, 2 ways you can actually do this. Number 1 is you can build a brand. Build a brand. This is the new way that I think is really going to start taking people past 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K per month. If you really get this right, building a brand. Look at every business that you've invested into or you've seen online. That will be Apple, Amazon, just any sort of business. Literally think of any business. Uber, what do they all do? What do they all have in common? They have a brand that pulls people towards their business. It gets them customers, is what I'm trying to say. Look at all the gurus you've probably bought programs from. If you sit down and think about the steps that you actually took, 1, 2, 3 steps. Number 1 is you probably had a pain problem that you Googled to try and solve. For example, you are broke right now. You might be broke right now, or you might have been broke like 3-4 years ago when you came across SMMA. You started Googling like for ways to make money online, and you came across this SMMA thing. So your pain led you to discovering SMMA because you Googled it online, or a friend told you about it. Basically, it kind of like came to you. You kind of like went out of your way to go and find it, is what I'm trying to say. Then what ends up happening is you came across probably like E-Man and stuff like that, and all the other top kind of like dudes in the game, like the top dudes in the SMA space. And then eventually you watch their videos. You watch them for quite a long time, and they build up what you call touch points. These touch points are you, or TPs, are you watching their videos, listening to them, resonating with them, kind of like what you're doing right now. It then builds up credibility with you. Let's put credit here. Then eventually what happens is you take it upon yourself, whether you like the person, you resonate with that person. Let's say you resonate with Iman Gadji, or you resonate with me more. Then you eventually end up either booking a call with me, myself, or you're booking a call with like Iman Gadji or his team or whatever it is. Or you just go simply straight to one of our landing pages, watch the opt-in videos, and then you end up eventually buying something from us, whether it's a program or a mentorship program, whatever it is. I bet you any money, if you've bought a program on SMA, it happened like this. I bet you any money. And I can guarantee you it didn't happen like this. That Iman Gadji sent you an email saying, hey, come and buy one of my programs. I can guarantee it. I've never done that before in my entire life. You won't see me message you on Instagram unless it's a fake account, which is not me, by the way, messaging you saying, hey, come and buy one of my programs. That's never, ever happened. Not even once. And I've literally generated over 1,100 and something. I think it's actually a little bit more than that. I think it's 1,200-ish actual paying clients or customers. Literally. 1,200-ish paying clients / customers, and the majority of them, except for like the agency stuff when I was doing cold outreach, leveraged cold outreach, by the way. Leveraged cold outreach still can work, but it's expensive. What I mean by leveraged cold outreach is you hire a team of VAs to do your outreach for you using software like Lemlist instantly. That's very, very expensive, guys. You need to figure out a way to stand out. So the first way to stand out is to actually build a brand. Well, you can do this by creating content on social media, but it's very slow. It's organic. Organic. There you go. I'm just gonna put organic there. Organically is slow, but if you've got no money, you're gonna have to just grind it out. You just literally have to just grind it out. I'm sorry to say that, but it's gonna suck. You're gonna have to grind it out, but it will help you in the long term, like 3-4 years down the line. You can do it that way. I don't really recommend doing it like, I'd still recommend trying to grow organically. And if you haven't watched my video yet, I'll pin a video in my on my YouTube channel. You can go watch it for free, like literally just watch it after this video. And what I'll do is I'll leave it as like the pinned main featured video on my YouTube channel. Go and watch that, because it shows you exactly the step-by-step process I would take to go and grow organically if you've got no money, using social media and getting clients through like your Instagram, LinkedIn, using like the like inbound systems, like an inbound system, and doing warm outreach. I call it warm outreach. Warm outreach is where somebody, you know, like kind of follows you, or you add them as a friend on Facebook, so they at least see your face first, and then you reach out to them. That's more like, it's slightly warmer than a cold outreach, is what I'm trying to say. That works much better than just like, you know, blasting cold emails. Works way better than blasting emails, right? So that's one way of going about standing out. Another way of going and standing out is to change your approach again. So you got either building an audience. That's one way to differentiate yourself, because nobody's doing that. Everybody's scared to do that. Everybody doesn't want to be on camera. Nobody wants to put themselves out there, which in turn tells me you don't really care about standing out, because literally the definition of standing out is to actually just stand out above everybody else and do something completely different. If everybody's sending cold emails and chasing clients, you don't want to send cold emails and you want to attract clients. So what does that mean? Well, don't do outreach, do inbound. That's exactly what I've been trying to say on this channel for the last 4 or 5 years. It's exactly how I got my first ever SMMA client. In fact, you can literally go back on my channel and actually look this up. Like, I'm not even joking. My first ever SMMA client came to me through inbound. By building up a small niche personal brand, I started from zero. Took me 33 days to get my first client on LinkedIn. They came inbound to me. They went into my VSL, closed them. It was one of the easiest calls I ever took. So it really does help when you build a personal brand. If you don't want to build a personal brand for whatever reason, maybe you just don't like money and you're just not going to listen to me, and you just think that you can just stand out by just doing more of what's broken. Like, you know, eventually if you send enough cold emails, it'll work. But again, what does everybody else think? That's exactly what everybody else does. They send thousands on top of thousands of cold emails for months on end. Doesn't work. End up broke, get no results, and they end up either working for me or working for somebody else and trying to raise money to start the agency over again, and just going to continuously do the same thing over and over and over again. This is literally what I did, why it took me 16 months. 16 months of doing cold outreach and no clients. I literally had nothing to show for it. It wasn't until I stopped doing cold outreach and I did built an audience on LinkedIn. That's when I got my first $1,000 per month real estate client. They were actually from the UK, by the way. So long story short, you can do the audience stuff, and I highly recommend doing that, because that's genuinely probably the only way to stand out. If you really think about what standing out is, it's being able to turn your name into a brand. A 6-figure name. That's why I called my new program 6-figure name. So long story short, the second way you can go about doing this is still leverage stuff like Upwork. Now I'm going to show you what I would do in 2023, even though I kind of like made it a video right now. But you know, let's say you've got a couple dollars to invest here and there. Here's what I would do. I would still leverage Upwork and I would apply to jobs. If you haven't watched like the hybrid system, this would be like the hybrid system 2.5. It'd be like there's two kind of hybrid systems now. Number one hybrid system was leveraging Upwork, building up cash flow, and then investing that into cold outreach. Now, in 2023, I think the cold outreach stuff is just so dead that it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. So here's what I would do instead. I would use Upwork, apply to jobs, and still build up that cash flow, that initial cash flow. Then what I would do is make my agency, scale my agency to maybe like 2K a month net profit. Then what I would do is I'd take at least 1K of this profit. Well, I'd probably scale my agency to at least 3K to be honest with you, 3 to 5K. Call it 3 to 5K. So even if it's just 3K, I'm still taking 1K out of my profit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start leveraging. And this, as you're doing Upwork outreach, you want to be building your brand by building out content, connecting with people online, and what I like to call people collecting. Go watch my other video if you don't know what I'm talking about, which is the pinned channel on my profile. You definitely need to watch that one out in its entirety, to be honest with you, to understand this. Then you use Upwork, scale up to 3 to 5K net profit. That's like net profit, you know, offering maybe like a basic service such as like video editing, maybe social media management. You could even try Facebook ads, but the Facebook ad stuff might, you know, it will actually be hard to generate good profit margins on that, because obviously outsourcers for Facebook ads charge a lot more than social media managers. So just be careful of that. Then what you would want to do is take the 3K and you want to invest it into simple IG ads. Simple IG ads. I'm just get rid of this notification. So you want to invest into simple IG ads and just start running these at like $20 to $30 a day. Here's what I mean by this. So let's say your niche, right, is divorce attorneys. I'm just going to use divorce attorneys, following on my previous video. Again, you need to watch that to understand this one. So what I would do is step 1, Upwork until I hated Upwork. Literally, I would do Upwork until I literally got to like 3 to 5K with my agency. Then instead of taking this money and doing cold outreach, I would not do that anymore. That was the old version of the hybrid system. Instead, what I would do is I would take this money and invest it into IG ads. Here you go. So instead of doing the cold outreach stuff, because originally, again, the system was Upwork to get to 3K per month cash, like, you know, net profit, and then you would go and hire a bunch of VAs to do cold outreach for you. I would not do that strategy anymore, because cold outreach it just doesn't grow your brand over time online, and it doesn't compound over time. Not only that, but your response rate is terrible. Not only that, but everybody even watching this, I bet you any money, every single person watching this has done hundreds of cold outreach, and it's really just not work for them. That's where you start off, and where you'll stay broke, like quite literally, if you keep doing cold outreach. I'm actually so against cold outreach now that like everybody who thinks and believes in cold outreach, I just want you to unsubscribe from my channel. Like literally, I'm not even joking. Sounds harsh, but if you like really believe in cold outreach for scale, maybe you can get 1 or 2 clients here and there every now and again. I mean, any idiot can go and get a client after 50,000 emails. Yes, like my dog, like a dog can literally do that. My little brother will be able to do that. He barely even, he knows what I do, but like, and he knows SMA, but like even he, if he wanted to get some clients, right, go and send 50,000 emails over a period of 5 years, and I'm pretty sure he'd close at least 1 client, like I did. I tried cold outreach for 16 months. Even me, an idiot, barely even knew what I was doing. Quite literally sent cold outreach, and in fact, to be fair, it was when I actually stopped doing cold outreach and got an inbound. So there you go. Even that didn't work for me. So yeah, here we go. So Upwork, 3 to 5K again, and then put that into ads. And again, these ads are just simple Instagram reels. So you should already be creating reels on your profile starting today. As in, if you are working with divorce attorneys or that's your niche, this is how you're going to be able to stand out. Even if you're just offering the same crooked Facebook ads services, to be honest with you guys, even if it's just the exact same, you just do Facebook ads for real estate agents to get them leads. First of all, don't call your service Facebook ads. That would be the first thing to do. Don't call it Facebook ads. You need to come up with what you call a unique mechanism. Notice how a lot of people enrolled into agent fragmentation because I brought something new to the market in the SMA space. And I'm taking the same concept and showing you guys, if you do this for your agency, you'll blow up. No one's doing this. No one's teaching this. Here's what I mean by that. You're trying to do Facebook ads for divorce attorneys. Let's pretend that's your niche. Insert your niche here. What you need to do is come up with a unique mechanism or unique name for it. Here's what I would do. I would call my services something like the PBD system. I mentioned this in my previous video. Or some sort of like the C6 system. We help divorce attorneys get, and then I'd put like a numerical value in there. We help divorce attorneys get 30 leads a week or whatever it is. Insert your numbers here. You just play around with these numbers. We help divorce attorneys get 30 high quality leads a week using the C6 system. That alone sounds like, what on earth is that? Even if it's just the same old Facebook ads, I would stay away I would stay far away from just using the words Facebook ads, because it's a turn off. You need a unique mechanism, a UM. I call this your UM. Your unique mechanism needs to be something that sparks interest, and when your client hears it, or your potential prospect, should I say, they need to think in their head. It needs to spark that reaction like, oh my days, I've never heard of this before. You even then need to start polarizing other agencies. So in your reels, you'd be like, look, here are 3 ways we go about generating 30 leads for divorce attorneys using our C6 system. And then you give the 3 reasons. Reason 1 is this, or method 1 is this, method 2 is this, method 3 is this. Then say at the end of the video, look, nobody's talking about this in the space right now. I'm pretty sure you've even worked with other agencies that you've tried to run Facebook ads for, and it's just completely not worked. Or you've even tried to run Facebook ads yourself for your divorce attorney, your divorce practice or business, whatever it is, and it's not worked for you. Well, that's because you're not using the C6 system. If you want to learn more about the C6 system, drop me a follow here on Instagram and go back for my previous content and start stealing the ideas from my profile and start implementing them for free. What's going to end up happening is, because you're speaking to a specific niche, which is divorce attorneys, and you're telling them, breaking down their pain problem 1, 2, and 3, and then you're saying that the solution, the reason why that didn't work is because you're working with other agencies that are basically just doing the same old Facebook ad stuff. No wonder why you didn't get results. What you need to do to get results instead, so this is your solution, would be the C6 system. Obviously you just put in your own name here, the C6 system. Then what you do is your call to action in the actual ad itself. You only need to run 1 of these ads, by the way. You need 1 solid ad. It takes you literally 1 hour to set up, probably even less than that. It takes you about 10 minutes to script the ad, 30 minutes to script the ad, call it that. And then it takes you maybe 10 minutes to record it and then chop it up and then upload it. I am not joking. This will get you so much more results than doing thousands of cold outreach. And you do the work 1 time. You leave it, run the ad, it optimizes over time and gets you clients coming to you. How crazy this is. So your call to action again is to make them follow you on Instagram for free. You see, a lot of people will teach you how to run an ad. So you've got your ad to a landing page, like an opt-in page, to then get people on a call. So this is what the traditional funnel looks like. You'll see an ad on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, calling out the niche, divorce attorneys, blah, blah, blah. If you want more leads, come and watch this free training. They then go to the landing page and opt in. This causes you to get extremely expensive opt-ins, maybe $25 to maybe even $50 an opt-in. I'm not even joking. It's super expensive. Super expensive. It's old and outdated as well. Everybody knows what you're doing. If you create a funnel like this, everybody knows what you're doing. So it was an ad to a landing page, like ClickFunnels, where you put in your email and then you go and learn some free training, or you get a free ebook. Everybody does that. It's played out. Everybody does that. And then that then pushes them to book a call as well. And then you try to get them on a call and you try to sell them. This method right here, let's zoom out a bit. This method right here is dead and done. Oh, well, I won't say dead and done. I won't say it's dead and done, actually. That's incorrect. Don't quote me on that. It's not dead and done. What it is just expensive. Expensive as shit. Unless you've got like a good budget, like maybe like $3,000 a month minimum to even spend on this, I probably would just stay away from this. 3 to 5K a month minimum, you're probably going to need to make this work. And it will probably take you about 3K just in sunk fees just to figure this out and get your VSL dialed in and all that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't even mess about with this. What's more forgiving though is teaching beginners how to create reels on Instagram. They're actually valuable. Then take your best reels and run them as literally boosted posts to get divorce attorneys or whatever your niche is to drop you a follow. This is exactly how Iman Gaji was able to blow up, by the way. All these dudes that you look up to do. What they do is they create valuable content around your pain problems. Then they will run ads to get you to come and check out their channel. Or even, they'll be like in their ads, well, I'm not trying to sell you anything, just come and check out my channel real quick. Or they'll give you something for free, maybe like, come and check out the channel because we got a free event going on. I know that Iman Gaji does something similar to this. He will put on a 3-day or 4-day event, 4-day, maybe 5-day or 6-day event, whatever it is, 4 to 6-day event, where he's dropping like a series, his Netflix style videos of him talking about the powers that be, the using fear-mongering tactics, which I think it's absolutely genius, to be honest with you guys. The guy's actually a genius. So he'll use like 4 videos in a series. He will then run an ad saying, hey, come and check out my new event. It's free. It's here on YouTube. All you got to do is just click subscribe. And now what he will do is he'll spend maybe like $30 to maybe $50 getting you as a new subscriber. But then you will go on to watch these 4 videos down here. Maybe you buy at the end of the video because he always releases a program on the on the last video. He will release like a program. So maybe you buy right there and then. And even if you don't buy right there and then, he's still got you as a subscriber on his channel. You then keep watching his videos over time. Over time, you watch a bunch of his videos over time. There's actually a rule to this. It's called the 7-hour rule. When somebody comes across you, normally they have to soak up about 7 hours worth of content of you before they even consider buying. So you're gonna go do your 7 hours of watching Iman Gaji. You then really relate to him because he's showing off like the success, the lifestyle, how he was able to do it, his beginnings, where he came from, results, testimonials, case studies, credibility, all that crazy stuff thrown in there. And then eventually you go, you know what, this guy knows what he's talking about, and then boom, he gets you as a sale for maybe 1.5K for his program, for example, or whatever he's selling these days. That's how he does it. So that basically means he's being able to turn $30 to get you as a subscriber into 1.5K over time. It's a longer term strategy, but this is a real business he's growing here. This is real business strategies. Think about any company that you know. Amazon, Apple, they all do this. So to go back to the beginning, you need to stand out, guys. You need to stand out and actually show you some results literally on how you can do this extremely quickly. Here's Christy right here. New client signed, paid 3 months in advance, and it was 5.4K client that paid up in advance, just like that, over a period of 3 months. So they paid the entire 3 months upfront first. That's how you can stand out and get some cash flow coming in. Now what Christy can do is take this cash flow, invest maybe 10% of that, 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever he's comfortable using, into growing a small brand now off of Upwork. That would be his main spiel. It might be him helping divorce attorneys generate leads with Facebook ads. But now he's got this cash flow coming in. He now has the money to go and start leveraging very small ads that you can run from anywhere between like $20. You can even start with $20. You can even start with $10, by the way. I've seen people start with $10 to maybe like $50 a day. Well, you can spend as much as you want, but I recommend like $10 to $50 a day on running ads. What that allows you to do, by the way, if you don't know why I'm so like telling you guys you need to start doing this, is not only is it going to get you customers and clients coming inbound to you, but it also builds you an audience long term. Like, you need to start thinking long term, guys. Like, the way most people are killing it online is they've got an audience. Can you not see this? Where's your audience? Where is your audience? And you don't have to be an expert to build an audience. And it doesn't need to take 5 years to build an audience, guys. When you've got an audience, you'll never go broke. Even when you lose all your clients, let's say you've got 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and they're all like frigging divorce attorneys that are watching you from all over the world. Well, if you lose all your clients, you go back to zero. You can start creating more YouTube videos for free and whatnot, and you will literally get clients. Literally. Not only can you get clients from your audience, but when you're the guy that has his name and you're known for the guy you go to on the internet for like divorce attorneys to get Facebook ads, like, first of all, your name's going to hold weight. Second of all, people aren't going to ask you for testimonials. Hey, do you have testimonials? They're not going to do that because they've watched you. They've literally watched you. You've built up credibility. They've seen who you are, what you're capable of doing. They know you. They've been in your middle of funnel. So you guys right now don't have a middle of funnel. You're just trying to do cold outreach to a call. and then close. You're missing out this bit right here. There's nothing there. There's literally nothing in between. The call, like you might send them like a video to watch. Like you send a cold email, and then somebody books in a call, and while you're waiting for the call, you might send them like a video explaining what your services is. But it's still gonna be cold because like they've only watched one video. Again, sometimes it takes 7 hours. The 7-hour rule. It takes 7 hours of watching content. Not only that, but when you build an audience, that's free retargeting. It's free retargeting. I've got a channel on here on YouTube, 25k subscribers. I can drop videos for free on my own channel and get clients. In fact, I'll probably get clients from this one video. I'm not joking, because you guys can see that this is actually how it works, how real business works. If you've booked in a call with me before, or been in one of my programs, or been in any other ones, any else's programs online, you know this works. You just need to figure out how to take this same strategy, and then just make it applicable for your social media marketing agency. And I can tell you, I've done this before myself. This is how I got my first client, quite literally. So if you can understand this, start standing out like these people over here. Here you go. Here's Michael. There you go. He's closed at 1 point. And again, this is only a week ago. This is last week. This is what's happening right now, guys. Last week. Closing clients on Upwork still. And then now what we're going to do is, because we've got the hybrid system 2.0, I call it the hybrid personal brand. We're going to take this cash flow, put that into ads, and blow these guys up. Build a brand out as we're doing it as well. And it compounds over time. So there's a 1.8k per month client and a 2.4k per month client from Upwork. So this stuff still works, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do need help with this, click the link below. Booking a call with me. We'll talk directly, see if genuinely makes sense to do with you and for you, should I say. So we help you script out your ads, script out your content, create your niche, your offer, and everything in between, from 0 to 10k, 20k, 30k per month. Anyway, guys, love you guys. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.